This is Gitanjali from Buying Times. Today's top headlines. Stay where you are appeals Andhra CM Jagan to those flocking to state borders. With people flocking to the borders of Andhra Pradesh in large numbers to reach their destinations, leading to chaotic situation at the checkpost, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy on Sunday appealed to the people who were heading to Andhra Pradesh to stay where they are and not to face troubles at the border checkpost, with the center giving relaxations for intrastate and interstate movement of migrant workers. General public who were stranded in neighboring states, particularly in Telangana, are trying to enter the state but are prevented by the police at the border checkpost. Jagan Mohan Reddy, who held a review on COVID-19 situation in the state, said the relaxations given by the center with regard to movement of people is confined only to migrant workers and not to common people. The number of people who are entering the state is in several thousands, and those entering the state are being sent to quarantine centers. They are subjected to COVID test. The government is facing the biggest challenge of providing facilities to them, Jagan Mohan Reddy said, and appealed to the general public to cooperate with the government. Indian Navy salutes COVID warriors in Visakhapatnam. A Indian Navy helicopter on Sunday showered petals on government hospitals for chest and communicable diseases and GITM hospital to express gratitude to COVID warriors, doctors, paramedics, sanitation staff, police personnel, and other frontline workers engaged in fighting the coronavirus pandemic. Eastern Naval Command (ENC), led by Naval Officer in charge of Andhra Pradesh Commodore Sanjay Isar, felicitated corona warriors who have been fighting the COVID and containing the spread of the pandemic. The Navy said 2 illuminated naval ships will be anchored off RK Beach from 7:30 p.m. to midnight. The personnel aboard the ships will also salute the corona warriors through traditional naval ceremonials. The ships will also fire green flares to convey good wishes for the health of the citizens. Andhra's coronavirus tally touches 1,583. Andhra Pradesh recorded 58 more COVID-19 positive cases in the past 24 hours, taking its tally to 1,583. Kurnool, which is the leading tally with the highest number of positive cases in the state, recorded 30 more cases, taking the total number of cases in the district to 466. Guntur and Krishna districts, which recorded the most number of cases after Kurnool district, recorded 11 and 8 fresh cases respectively. According to the media bulletin released Sunday morning, 6,534 samples were tested in past 24 hours, Saturday 9 am to Sunday 9 am, of which 58 tested positive. On the brighter side, 47 positive tested patients got discharged from hospitals in Guntur 18, Chittur 13, Kurnool 11, East Godavari 3 and Krishna 2, while no death was recorded in the state in the past 24 hours. Set up quarantine centers with 1 lakh beds, says Andhra Pradesh CM Jagan Mohan Reddy. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy has directed officials to set up quarantine facilities with a bed strength of 10 to 15 in every village secretariat, which will be taken as a unit. While reviewing measures being implemented to combat COVID-19 in the state on Saturday, he asked them to arrange at least 1 lakh beds, besides providing food, water and other basic facilities to the quarantine centers. The Mission for Elimination of Poverty in Municipal Areas (MEPMA), Anganwadis and Panchayats were asked to implement the corona preventive measures across the state with coordination. He ordered the officials to modify at least 500 RTC buses into mobile vans for the supply of essential commodities to people and equip them with freezers to store milk, curd, eggs, fruits and other perishables. He also instructed the officials to issue passes to only one person in a house in containment zones to buy essential commodities during the lockdown. Moreover, doctors, ANMs, ASHA workers, and medicines should be made available with the mobile unit. Based on guidelines issued by the center on further extension of lockdown, the Chief Minister directed the officials to identify containment zones and prepare a procedure to be followed, besides issuing standard operating procedure. Naidu hails lockdown 3.0, writes to Modi. Hailing the decision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to extend the lockdown for 2 more weeks to check the spread of coronavirus, TDP Supremo N. Chandrababu Naidu has appealed to the former to continue the restrictions effectively for eradicating the silent killer. At the same time, the former Chief Minister appealed to the Prime Minister to give relaxations to business organizations and government officers for initiating a steady economic recovery. In a letter sent to the Prime Minister, Naidu described the Lockdown 3.0 as a far-sighted and synergetic step to help the people of India tide over the unprecedented crisis. Allowing the overseas exports of hydroxychloroquine demonstrates your vision, statesmanship, and passion for universal brotherhood and well-being. The compliance of quarantine and lockdown orders voluntarily by the citizens is a testament to the trust they have reposed in you and your relentless efforts to combat the virus, he said. The TDP chief felt that to fully exterminate the virus from society, the choice would begin with an aggressive and focused campaign not only to flatten but also crush the curve. To achieve this goal, I suggest the following actions. Establish a command control center at the central level for synergistic collaborations with the states and UTs for effective implementation of the lockdown. Ensure uninterrupted supplies of the personal protective equipment to the needy states. Keep the hospitals, both in the public and private ones, prepared to accommodate maximum COVID-19 patients. Make available millions of diagnostic test kits, Naidu said. Nuzvid on alert after 2 auto drivers test positive. 2 auto rickshaw drivers, one from Gandhinagar in Nuzvid and the other from Pothireddipalli village, are among the 12 persons from Krishna district who tested positive for coronavirus on Saturday, taking the district's total cases to 258. Officials said one of the drivers had come in contact with a vegetable vendor who was found to be carrier himself on April 28. He was shifted to the state COVID-19 hospital in Vijayawada and his family was shifted to a quarantine center, Nuzvid Sub-Collector Swapnil Dinakar Pundakar said. Following the positive cases reported in the last couple of days, wards 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 and 28 were declared red zones and the entire town was disinfected with sodium hypochlorite solution on Saturday. Special checkposts were arranged in Agiralipalli village. The remaining 10 cases were from Vijayawada. Among them, 6 cases were from Krishnalanka and 1 from Karmika Nagar, Ninna and Chittinagar localities. In Ninna, an elderly woman tested positive and the official said she didn't have any travel history and might have contracted the virus from another infectee. In Krishnalanka and Karmika Nagar, positive cases were reported among persons who came in contact with a lorry driver and a foreign returnee. Telangana gives green signal for construction works to resume. The Telangana government on Saturday accorded permission to builders to carry out construction activity in the state. It allowed builders to procure requisite material and engage workers as the Ministry of Home Affairs in its orders on Friday permitted in situ construction in urban areas. Chief Secretary Somesh Kumar held a teleconference with representatives of Confederation of Real Estate Developers Association of India (CREDAI) and Telangana Real Estate Developers Association (TREDA) from BRKR Bhavan. He assured project developers that they would be given necessary support for their construction activities. The Chief Secretary urged builders to instill confidence among workers, particularly migrants, through counseling. He suggested that developers extend incentives, facilities, and medical care to workers. All-out efforts should be made so that laborers feel comfortable, he said. Telangana records 1 death, 17 positive cases. Telangana recorded another COVID-19 death on Saturday, taking the total toll to 29. The state also recorded 17 new positive cases, including 15 under the GHMC limits and the 2 in Rangareddy district. Of the total of 1061 positive cases, 533 are active cases. Highest percentage of positive cases are in the age group of 21 to 30, 21%, followed by 31 to 40 years, 19%. People above the age of 60 constitute 9%. Children under 10 years constitute 9%. RBI cancels Mumbai Cooperative Bank license. The RBI on Saturday suspended operations of Mumbai-based CKP Cooperative Bank and cancelled its license. With the cancellation of license and commencement of liquidation proceedings, the process of paying the depositors of the cooperative bank as per the DICGC Act 1961 will be set in motion. Upon liquidation, every depositor is entitled to repayment of deposits up to Rs 5 lakh from the DICGC. The financial position of the bank is highly adverse and unsustainable. There is no concrete revival plan or proposal for merger with another bank. Credible commitment towards revival from the management is not visible, RBI said. According to RBI, the bank wasn't in a position to pay its present or future depositors and is in violation of regulatory norms. The affairs of the bank were and are being conducted in a manner detrimental to the public interest and interest of the depositors, and that the general character of the management of the bank is prejudicial to the interest of depositors as also public interest, it said. MP Uttam Kumar Reddy criticizes poor facilities at agri centers. TPCC President and Nalgonda MP N. Uttam Kumar Reddy on Saturday alleged that there aren't enough gunny bags and tarpaulin covers to protect agricultural produce at procurement centers in the state. He expressed concern over huge losses faced by the farmers because of unseasonal rains and demanded that both the central and state governments pay compensation to farmers who have lost their crops. Uttam was speaking to media persons after visiting paddy procurement centers in Nalgonda rural Mandal. He wondered why Finance Minister Harish Rao and Animal Husbandry Minister Talasani Srinivas Yadav could not accept criticism when the Congress pointed out flaws in anti-COVID measures taken by the state. They must realize that we are living in a democratic country and not a dictatorship. Opposition parties have a constitutional right to question all the actions of government. Challenging a right to question the government is not only wrong but unconstitutional, he said. Vijay Sen Reddy sworn in as Telangana HC judge. Justice Bolimpalli Vijay Sen Reddy was sworn in as a new judge of the Telangana High Court on Saturday. Chief Justice Raghavendra Singh Chauhan administered oath of office to Vijay Sen Reddy at the swearing-in ceremony held in the CJ Court Hall at 11:40 am. Besides the Chief Justice, the strength of the High Court judges now stands at 13 as against the sanctioned strength of 24. Due to the lockdown restrictions, the oath-taking ceremony was live-streamed online by using Cisco WebEx application. Among the sitting judges, only Justice A. Rajashekar Reddy attended the ceremony. Registrar General A. Venkateshwara Reddy conducted the proceedings of the ceremony. State Advocate General B.S. Prasad Bar Council Chairman A. Narasimha Reddy, President T. Surya Karan Reddy, Public Prosecutor C. Pratap Reddy, registrars, law officers and some advocates and family members of the new judge were present. Vijay Sen Reddy, who was born in Hyderabad on August 22, 1970, completed his LLB from PRR Law College and got enrolled as an advocate with the Andhra Pradesh Bar Council on December 28, 1994. Initially, he practiced in subordinate courts and the tribunals before taking up cases in the High Court. With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share and subscribe Pi and Times. Stay tuned, stay updated.